Hey everyone, Zach here at the beginning of the episode to tell you that this one is going to be a little bit different. You may have already looked at the runtime and seen that it is barely over an hour long, and that is because we wound up recording this episode in 2 parts. It wound up being really long, like 5.5 hours, and rather than subject you to the longest episode ever, I decided to split it up into 2 parts. So this is part 1 of chapter 42, and part 2 will come out next week, finishing this episode. Both parts are really good, and I hope you enjoy them. And after these 2 parts, we'll be back to sort of our regular upload schedule. Hope you enjoy.
Now, let's see. Where were we? Yes. That's right. When we last left our heroes, they had ventured into the Amethyst Valley, seeking treatment for Glimki's fiend-addled brain. After meeting with the High Priestess of the island's nature spirit, an intimidating woman with a head encased by a geode, they were tasked with returning the dark crystal Faunalyn had stolen from her brother to a location known as the Tarnished Bethel. To aid them in their journey, the priestess fixed Glimki's brain free of charge. Then the party was escorted into a dark cave known as the Tarnished Bethel. Once inside, they found a familiar glass cube. Faunalyn found an inscription on the floor and read it, and in an instant, Clay and Glimki were sucked into the cube and forced to navigate a series of challenges with Faunalyn's help from the outside. Ultimately, they overcame the perils of the cube and were reunited at the entrance to a previously hidden door, leading deeper into the Bethel. They proceeded forward and found a large circular chamber with a strange inscription in the ceiling, along with rows upon rows of crushed skeletal bodies and a pedestal at its center. As they descended down towards the pedestal, a swirling mass of souls congealed in front of them, instructing them to return the crystal. There was some debate amongst the party as to whether the crystal should be returned, stolen, or destroyed, and ultimately they decided to try and cleanse the crystal with holy water so that Glimki could attune to it. While Clay and Glimki worked on this, Faunalyn talked to the spirits and learned that they were once devoted servants of Gorjak the Progenitor, the first god of Zav. She also learned of an apparent schism between the elves at that time, some of whom were loyal to Gorjak and others that sided with his children, the Divine Octad. The spirits began to sense what Clay was doing, and when they didn't stop making their holy water, a fight broke out. Although the party fought bravely, one by one they fell until only Faunalyn stayed standing. In an act of desperation, she shattered the crystal, releasing the power stored within. As she did, the gravity in the chamber reversed, dashing her enemies upon the ceiling, but she watched in horror as Clay and Glimki's unconscious bodies were slammed against the ceiling, killing them instantly.
You already said all that.
I know, Club. I know. On with the story.
Come gather round, travelers, and sit on the stoop. We'll tell you a story about Bard Soup. 3 lovable scamps in our traveling troupe. We'll tell you a story about Bard Soup.
Well, that happened.
What?
You know, I've been DMing for a long time, 15 years, give or take, and I've killed probably less than 5 characters in that time, and only 2 of those deaths were recorded. And frankly, I don't really know how to do a silly, goofy intro after killing 2 beloved characters. I thought about perhaps listing my favorite Clay and Glimki moments. I thought about writing a parody of the song they play in The Wire every time a police dies. But ultimately, I decided to read off the top 15 Amy Schumer jokes and moments for the Hall of Fame from Cracked.com.
That's what they would have wanted.
What?
Number 15, on her high school crush. I have a little bit of news to share with you guys. I finally just slept with my high school crush. I swear now he expects me to go to his graduation. Like, I know where I'm going to be in 3 years.
Good one, Amy.
Prima, who are you and who do you play?
Hi, my name's Prima, and I'm going to be playing Clay Campbell for the last time today.
God. Oh my god.
And you know what Amy says on Puberty for Boys? At that age, for men, the most embarrassing thing is unwanted erections. But then they grow up and show them to everyone. Jordan, who are you and who do you play?
I'm Jordan, and I played Glimki Treefellow.
I like to say something fun when I bring it up, but to be honest, I'll be like, you're gonna want to wear this. I've had a busy month. It's like a petri dish right now. I don't know what's happening. That's Amy Schumer on asking guys to wear a condom. Shannon, who are you and who do you play?
My name is Shannon Beverly Meikle.
Whoa.
I play Faunalyn Eugene Vaydark. But I play it joylessly.
In New York, I'm a 6. A 7 with all the padding. But in Miami, I was like a -3. People were like, what the fuck is that? Throwing up on their motorized wheelchairs. Children were crying. I was like, Beyonce calls it jelly. They were like, that's cottage cheese, bitch. Do some lunges. I'm Zach Meikle, and welcome back to Bard Soup.
I actually thought that one was funny. I liked that one.
Yeah, I think that actually was the best of the bunch. That makes sense, because it was number 4 on the list of the top 15.
What's
Amy
number
Schumer
one?
shows.
What was number
one?
one?
Yeah, why did you
Well, of
go
course,
bottom
on
up?
sex addiction. I would say in 50% of my relationships, I initiate the sex. And then 50%, we don't have it. But I've been in relationships where it's always the dude. And then later realize he was a sex addict. Have you ever dated a sex addict? It's so fun at first when you don't know. You're like, am I the hottest piece of ass in the world? Then you're like, oh no, he would fuck a mailbox. And welcome back to Bard Soup.
What the fuck? Pardon me?
You know, it kind of fixed the weird feeling I had before. Now I feel
Yeah, we're
strangely
like in
better.
Bizarro land now. I feel
Yeah.
like nothing's real.
Nothing's real.
Oh, I feel worse than ever.
Cut me out of my funk.
Good. That's why I do these intros. It's for you, my friends. Clay, you awaken in a dark cavern. At first, it feels familiar to the one that you've appeared in your dreams, visits, experiences with Macrog. But as you look around, you realize it's different. The 2 adjoining tunnels that branch off of that cavern aren't here. The charred remains of your previous visits aren't here. There is but a single path forward. And from it, you hear the sound of moving water.
Okay. Can I take stock of what my body looks like or what I'm feeling?
I think you look at yourself. Your clothes are simple. You're not wearing the weapons and armor you had before moments ago. And you don't know the state of your body. You lost consciousness an unknown amount of time ago. But you seem intact. You're able to stand up and move your limbs without pain.
Do I have teeth?
You reach up and you feel around. Your teeth are whole. Unbroken.
Thank God. Oh shit, wait, I must be dreaming. Yeah, I guess realizing that she wasn't where she was a moment ago and kind of recognizing the vibes of this place, she'll start walking slowly through the tunnel towards the water sounds.
You proceed forward and the tunnel opens up. You see, in a limited capacity, because it is very dark here, that there appears to be some sort of open field before you, dark red rocky ground. You look behind you and you see just a monumental cliff face with hundreds and thousands of similar cave openings leading out.
Whoa.
And you see winding its way through this red rocky plain is a vast dark river. You can't see where it begins and you can't see where it ends. But you feel yourself drawn to it.
Is this like the Nile or whatever river you cross when you die?
The river Styx, as opposed to the
Styx,
Nile River,
that's
which is in
not
Egypt.
Nyx. Styx, Nile, whatever. It's a river. What is this one called?
Hard to say.
I don't know. Guess Clay will just look around. Is there? You said it's dark. Is there like any lights anywhere or anyone she can see?
You look at this river and you look upstream, and you see 2 motes of crimson red light moving towards you. They're far off, but they're getting closer quickly.
Ooh. Clay's gonna clutch her amulet. Does she have her amulet on her?
Your amulet is gone.
Ooh. Well, she's gonna go to clutch at her amulet and realize it's not there and panic a little bit. And I think she's going to drop to her knees and say towards the lights coming towards her, Macrog, is that you?
Wayne, slain, your days are at their end. Resting, testing, she of many eyes will decide your fate.
The lights continue to grow brighter and draw closer. And as they do, you see a hooded figure riding upon the top of a skeletal crocodile.
Oh, shoot!
It reaches up a bony hand, pulls back the hood, reveals the cracked skull of an owlbear. These burning eyes lock on you.
Wait, fate, could it be? The child of Fairly stands before me once more.
And you see Lamoris the Skull Thief standing before you, oar in hand.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't know what's happening. I think Clay's going to try to reach for her magic and just try to, like, fire a spell at this guy.
You extend your hand, and whatever divine connection that existed between you and Macrog that let you channel these wondrous works of magic, it's no longer there.
Oh,
Oh, God.
come on.
The spells won't help you here, but I wish you no harm. Despite our previous interaction, I am bound by the rules of this domain. I am merely here to guide you.
I'm not going with you.
Many have said that, yet all have come. You are to stand judgment before she of many eyes. Goddess Marwell will decide your fate, will decide if you shall voyage onwards to the lands of your Lord Macrog, or if you're to spend eternity here, being punished for your transgressions.
And how do you decide? Do you decide?
The lady decides. I am merely a shepherd, a ferryman, here to bring you onwards.
What if I don't want to? What if I want to go back to where Glimki and Faunalyn are?
You cannot. All have a prescribed amount of time, and yours is at its end. You cannot resist it. You cannot fight it.
That's not fair. I didn't get to do anything. I didn't get to finish. I didn't even find the princess.
He gestures out at the horizon behind him, and you see flashes of red lightning illuminating this hellish landscape. And you see crossing in the distance an impossibly tall creature with skin of shadow and curling horns.
You can run if you wish, but Hatoir will find you, as he finds all who attempt to escape his domain. Although, there is one alternative. You cannot go back. But I know of one most anxious to meet you. I could bring you to her, and she could shelter you from her Twal's gaze. Your mother, Verily.
Who?
Verily. Your mother. Long has she sought you, but while you were on the material plane, you were hidden from her, obstructed. Yet she is anxious to meet you.
My mom? She's been on this plane? This is not the plane for dead people?
She is a devil. Did you not know? I mean, look at you. You had to know there was at least some infernal blood.
Yeah, I just figured maybe my mom was like another tiefling or something. I don't know. I never really thought too hard about it.
No, she is a devil of somewhere down here. As I said, she is most anxious to meet you. However, the choice is yours. I can bring you to her, or I can bring you to She of Many Eyes, and she will decide your fate. Eternal paradise, eternal damnation. Only she can decide once you stand before her. But you can decide what happens before then.
This Verily woman, could she bring me back to the material plane? You've gone there. I've seen you there under the Prelmy Manor. You could take me back.
No. My forays there were the result of countless years and deals stitched together in pursuit of my goals. But you cut that short, and my way back is closed to me. I will not give you false hope. It is possible that she could restore your life, but it's just as possible that she will keep you as a pet. Hold on to you tightly. Never let you leave. Such is a mother's love.
Yeah, I think I'll take my chances, actually, and Clay's gonna turn around and try to dart back through the tunnel that she came from.
You run towards the cave. You sprint as fast as you can, and the entrance never gets any closer. You turn around, and you see Lemorris is crouching upon the crocodile and lets out a guttural growl.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. But there's only one way forward.
And he gestures towards the river.
Oh, I hate water. This freaking sucks. What if I just stay right here? Maybe Faunalyn and Glimki are looking for me? Oh.
Those that you have left behind, if they find a way to bring you back, they shall be able to do so from wherever you venture. But in the meantime, your soul needs a home for eternity.
There's a good place and there's a bad place, though. And then there's this place. What if I just stay here for eternity or until my friends find a way to get me out of here?
He gestures once again to the shadowy creature, and you see that it is turned towards you and has begun to traverse the landscape in these large steps. Shadow meets red stone, kicking up dark clouds of dust.
Either way, you'll have to stand before her. Better upon my vessel than by the hands of a Twal.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I don't feel Macrog with me at this moment, but I told him I wasn't a coward. So, I guess even if I'm not ready, I don't have a choice. Let's go meet Marwell then.
You're not gonna go see your mom?
No, fuck that.
Amazing. I have never met a player more determined not to explore their hidden backstory than you, Prima. And I love it.
Devil.
I made it this far on my own.
Yeah. Prailneys were sacrificing like hundreds of people just for this crocodile dude. No, thank you.
You watch as he extends a hand and guides you upon the crocodile, and dips his oar into the river, and you and Lamoris and his skeletal crocodile travel down the river Styx so that you might stand before Marwell, the goddess of death, and learn your ultimate fate. And as you disappear into the darkness, we say goodbye to Clay Campbell.
Oh.
Glimki.
No, pass.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Faunalyn, you die twice.
Fine.
Glimki, you awaken in a large circular throne room. You see that the entire chamber is made of amethyst, including a throne in the center that stands upon a raised dais. Next to the throne is a tree with drooping branches that amethyst geodes are hanging off of in clusters like pomegranates. You see there are a dozen pillars throughout the chamber made of the same purple crystalline material, and several large windows from which a faint purple light filters through. Attached to the chamber is a dark hallway that extends out through a circular doorway. Before you really have a chance to take further stock of your environment, you hear footsteps approaching from this hallway. And a second later, a massive jet black hamster, larger than you, steps into the room.
What?
She walks past you and climbs up onto the throne and reaches up towards this tree with a, I would like to say little, but quite large hamster paw, pulls one of these geodes down and stuffs it into its cheek. She looks at you with eyes darker than a starless night, and as she does, the pillars start to illuminate in sequence, emanating with a faint reverberation. And as they do, you hear a warm, cheerful voice say,
Green Knight, I've heard so much about you. My name is Nanik.
Hello. I seem to have fallen into another tiny room. Faunalyn, Clay, I'm in another small room. I can tell because there's a very big hamster.
Oh.
Hello?
I'm sorry, your friends can't hear you. You're in a different place. You're in my place.
Oh, it's a different. Okay. Okay, Nanik. Well, it's good to meet you. We were looking for you. We wanted to return your gem.
Yes, and you did. Your friend destroyed it, and with it, the malevolent force that was infecting my domain. Come see.
Just destroyed
and
it?
the hamster steps off the throne and waddles over to one of these windows, kind of reaches up, peers out.
It just destroyed it?
Come
Sorry, everything's a little foggy.
see.
Yeah, Glimki will walk over.
You see a purple landscape. Everything is made of amethyst, trees, mountains. It's beautiful. But beyond that, you see a darkness looming on the horizon.
it was much worse. I was forced to keep it at bay at all times. But its strength is diminished now, and I can feel it receding. That was thanks to you. You made a difference. Your life mattered.
Okay. That's great. I'm glad to help. Can you send me back now?
The hamster crawls back towards the throne and climbs up into it and depresses into the seat, reaches up and grabs another geode and stuffs it into the other cheek.
I'm sorry, but even though you were extremely helpful, you're just too dangerous. The risk is simply too great.
Too dangerous.
Indeed.
We helped you.
Yes. Yes, you did.
And you're gonna just keep me here?
No. Only for a time.
I don't understand.
I'm not here to pass judgment on you, Green Knight. It is the right of the Parashad to do that.
The Parashad is here?
No. But we will soon stand before them.
Oh, okay. Well, I had some arrangements and representation prepared for the Parashad. I've got Milare and Edigan. They should be here if we're going to go see the Parashad. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to have to commune with them a little bit. And Glimki's going to shove his fingers in his hair and squeeze his eyes shut.
You do. You don't feel anything. You crack an eye open and you see the hamsters leaning forward, sniffing at you.
Do not worry. Milare, the Light Watcher, will soon stand before the Parashad as well. Judgment will be passed on him. I'm uncertain what will happen to Edigan, but it's my understanding that you and the Light Watcher are of the utmost concern. You who would seek to disrupt the order of things.
I didn't try, genuinely. I think there's a big misunderstanding. Maybe we can plead our case. I just need to talk to Milare. We can get our story straight.
You'll have your opportunity. Don't worry.
The hamster climbs off of the throne once more and begins to move towards the tunnel leading out of this room.
I hope you don't think ill of me, but I am the Mother Crystal, and there is nothing I wouldn't do to protect my children.
The hamster disappears into the darkness, and as it does, the room you're in begins to rumble and shake. It's everything you can do to keep your balance as this room is lifted up into the air, and you see a massive purple eye peer through the window at you as you see Nanique, the Mother Crystal.
Let us depart.
What the hell?
The room swings and sways as the landscapes outside this cage shift rapidly. In one moment, you're in the crystalline fields of Nanique. The next, a domain of endless winter. Then a vast forest. A rushing river washes over you. And eventually the sky darkens as you enter a realm of perpetual twilight. In the distance, you can make out a thunderstorm. You can't tell if it's getting closer. Nanique brings you to the edge of an immense basin that sits under the shadow of a massive mountain. And before you stands a multitude of spirits. There are water spirits and mountain spirits, spirits of rock and spirits of plant, blazing fire spirits and frozen winter spirits diminished by the summer season. You see a large bovine spirit with water trailing off of it in streams, while thousands of pebble spirits dance in its wake. The pebbles scatter as a spirit resembling a bipedal rhinoceros pushes its way through. It has a horn that looks like a volcano, and you can see dark smoke emanating out of it. The smoke is blown away as a laughing blue hurricane sweeps through the basin, pulling dozens of pebbles into the air, only for a spectacular tree with kaleidoscope bark and the face of a young elf to catch them in its branches. There are hundreds and thousands of spirits, some smaller than the tiniest of insects, and the largest, it's hard to say, until the mountain next to the basin turns and looks at you with gleaming gemstone eyes. Nainique carries you into the basin, and the teeming mass of spirits falls silent. A tumbleweed spirit rolls out of the way as Nainique guides you down into the center of the basin, where an inscribed stone circle sits. She places the amethyst cage down and turns to address the parashad. Kin, thank you for coming. We are here to pass judgment on Mulare the Light Watcher, as well as his servant, the Green Knight Glimki Treefellow. We stand here before the circle of 4 and 8, and together we shall decide their fate. As she says this, she gestures around the basin. In Glimki, you can see 8 spirits in raised positions, positioned all around the basin. You see a bulbous humanoid figure made of coral holding a shield and a whalebone spear, a skull of something that looks like a hippopotamus with fire burning out of the eye sockets. You see a slab of lustrous metal. You see a writhing mass of air that appears like a balled-up cobra. You see a shoe bill with dripping mud feathers laughing, a tiny crocodile made of ice with little icicle teeth, also diminished by the summer warmth. You see a large woman sitting cross-legged. She has 2 heads. She inhales from a pipe in one of them and exhales through the other mouth. And you see a dark rock dragon with a tail made of burning magma. As you're taking these in, these great spirits, the circle of 4 enters into view. You see a massive bird composed entirely of fire, with burning coals for eyes. It lands down and spark and ash kick up into the air. It opens its mouth and lets out a croaking noise. And inside, you see burning memories, moments from your childhood, moments from your journeys. You see Clay and you see Faunalyn writhing in the flames, and then it closes its mouth. Over this mountain spirit, you see an immense stone spider with rocky legs and a bulbous body. Thousands of faces carved into its stone body, climbs down and hunches over the basin. It's impossible, but you can't help but feel like every set of eyes on its body is turned to look at you. The storm in the distance settles down over the basin. It looks like a jellyfish, its body made of cloud, swirling dark power, and its tendrils, its tentacles are pure lightning. And lastly, you see a massive crow. His beak, the size of the mountain spirit that sits over this basin, flickers of light dancing through his feathers as Mulare, the Light Watcher, takes his seat. The flaming bird looks down at you with these coal eyes.
You've made quite the stir, little one. But perhaps it's not your fault. Light Watcher, care to speak for yourself?
Mulare flaps his wings and soars down into the basin. He lands next to you and brings his beak down onto the cage you stand in, shattering it. And then his body begins to diminish and withdraw. And within a matter of seconds, he is the size of a normal crow.
Diluon, I will defend myself, as well as the Green Knight here. We have done nothing wrong, and everything we have done has been in service of the Parashad.
The spider leans forward.
Mulare the Light Watcher, you are accused of violating the Guisotmal with aid from the Green Knight. You knew the consequences of this reckless action, yet you proceeded anyway.
Mulare flaps his wings, flies up into the air, and lands upon your head.
It is true. I violated the Guisotmal, but it itself is a violation of the natural order. We agreed to it without understanding what it meant, what it would do to us in the long term. Many of our kin are gone, unable to escape dangers and desecration, predators within the material plane. Those of us that remain are diminished, a fraction of our former power. There was a time when even the smallest pebble was a mighty boulder. each tiny stream a rushing river. The gods knew what they did when they presented this deal to us. They chose not a violent and bloody war, but a slow and malignant death. Why? Because they feared us. They knew we could defeat them in our prime, so instead they tricked us into slowly fading into oblivion. We can fight back, before it's too late. And with a Green Knight on our side, we have the ability to strike back at their holy places, the faults of their power, destroy their adoration just as they have destroyed ours. At this, the crowd of spirits erupts. There is shock, there is fear. The coral warrior slams his whalebone spear against his shield. What an idea! The spirits ask questions. There is a stream of conversation. It washes over you. It is overwhelming. You feel Mulare atop you, answering each line of inquiry, defending his position, defending his actions. And it seems to go on for an eternity.
Can I ask him a question?
Of course.
Mulare, this all sounds great, but do you want me to fight gods?
Potentially.
Okay, I just wanted to be on the same page. You're doing great.
Glimki Treefellow, the Parashad will soon decide what happens to me and what happens to you. There are many courses of action they can take. If they are feeling charitable, they will relinquish your soul, and she of many eyes will decide your ultimate fate. If they are feeling punitive, you face oblivion, or worse. Either way, we may not have another opportunity to talk, and I would like you to understand what part you were to play in what I had planned. You are the result of countless centuries of planning and experimentation. Everything I have done for a millennia or more has been so one such as you could come along and make a difference. Wayfaring was not some gnomish ideal. It was a seed that I planted, a means of ensuring that your people would venture out from your villages and your streams and your woods into the world beyond. All I needed was a proper vessel to attach myself to. I tried to attach myself to wayfarers over the years, but the binds of the Guasatmal always held me back. So I had to try something else. I kept my eyes peeled on the lands of Dwells, looking for a gnome with the right disposition, the right mix of curiosity and bravery and naivete. And when the time came for you to wayfare, I lured you up into my tree, where I knew you would fall, and I knew you would die. I once told you, sometimes a crow is just a crow. That is not true. Everything in this world is part of someone's plan, a larger machination, and you happen to be part of mine. I was able to bring you back as a Green Knight, and at last, I could start to fight back in the lands outside Dwells, the larger world. I do not apologize. I do not seek forgiveness for what I've done. I would do it 1,000 times over. Because what I am doing is the most important thing any spirit has ever done.
So that's it? I'm just the result of some iterative science project? You're not my friend.
I never claimed to be.
You tricked me. I trusted you.
I know. And I trusted you. And for a time, we were able to make a difference.
I wish you just told me. This is the first time I've heard a speech come from your lips that made me think, wow, I'm proud to be part of this. You kept that to yourself.
Perhaps I should have trusted you more.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should have warned you away from Nainique's lands. She is altruistic, but only towards a select few, and evidently you were not one of them.
So now what? You pled your case and that's it?
They will soon decide my fate, but they are yet to decide yours.
And as he says that, the storm-like jellyfish hovering over the basin emits a earth-shattering noise. The parashod falls silent, and the burning bird Tiluan looks at you.
It is your turn, Glimki Treefellow. How did you come to be involved in all this?
I feel like the big bird covered it a little bit.
From your own lips, please.
I followed a feeling that I thought was my own. It took me to the top of the tallest trees, across the Elsuine Sea, the little remote islands where I fought for your kind, and apparently that was not my own decision. And that bird gets to take credit for all of the things that I've done to help spirits like yourself get their power back. Now you can judge me the same as him, but my crimes are not the same.
Liar!
You watch as the crowd of spirits parts, and a woman standing upon an ash-gray toad steps into view.
The Green Knight once stood before me. We struck an accord. I helped him, and he agreed to help me. And as soon as he was out of my sight, he broke his promise. What do you say to that, Green Knight?
That perhaps I was misled. I trusted who I thought was a friend, a powerful and opinionated crow, and I feared that if I followed through on a promise that I made with you, that I would lose that connection. And the result of me tossing that little gray acorn away was that I got to travel to a distant land and free Edigan. So I broke a promise, yes, but I made no promise with Edigan, and I still put my life on the line to free him.
The crocodile made of ice looks down at you and says,
An oath is an oath, even one made with consequences.
The shoebill with dripping muddy feathers.
It sounds like he merely quashed Vemel's own machinations. Who are we to fault him for that?
You feel a warm summer breeze on your back. Your hair begins to rustle, and you see plumeria flowers begin to swirl around you. Edigan comes into view, this massive humanoid figure composed entirely of flowers.
He may have failed to uphold his promise to Vemel, but he is the only reason that I stand here before you today. My strength was diminishing. My days were limited, nearly at their end. But the Green Knight fought for me.
The skull with the burning eyes.
Edigan, you are lucky enough to be standing next to them in judgment. Perhaps you should stay out of this one.
I will not. If you were to pass judgment on the Light Watcher and the Green Knight, then you shall have to pass judgment on me as well.
What a gang for life.
Glimki Treefellow is only guilty of one crime. It is that he is a fool who trusted me. Let him be free. Or better yet, let us both go so we can continue the work we have started.
The spirits in unison begin to speak, their voices mixing and overlapping, water washing over rock, flame carried into the air. The thousand-faced spider, Dincorden, stands upon his 8 legs, extending them, stretching them out to their full length, reaching over the entirety of the basin.
Mulare, the Light Watcher, you are part of the Circle of 4. To destroy you would only be doing the gods' work. But we cannot have you continue. You are diminished, withdrawn to your lands, confined to the tree from which you sprouted. And there you shall stay for 1,000 years and 1,000 more. And then, perhaps, you shall be released. As for you, First Bloom, your intentions are noble, but your crimes are not their crimes, and your judgment shall not be their judgment. You shall return to your island and continue to heal, continue to grow. As for you, Green Knight, you are not remorseful. You seem almost proud of what you have done, the chaos you have wrought. Yet despite this, you have done some good. You hated the First Bloom. However, you betrayed the woman and the frog. You are untrustworthy, dangerous. Your fate shall be Mulare's. You are bound to what you have referred to as the Gathering Tree in the land of Dwells. There your spirit shall remain. You shall not know peace. You shall not know eternal rest. But you will not know the judgment of the flame. Go into the darkness with your patron. Goodbye, Green Knight.
Faunalyn,
No.
standing in the tarnished Bethel. It's everything in your power to hold on to the rock. It digs into your hands. Blood trickles up towards the ceiling. You see Clay and Glimki's bodies up there. And as you're looking at them, you see Glimki's body is enshrouded in purple crystal.
What?
It spreads over him, conforming to him, enveloping him. Gravity reverses once more. You fall to the floor. Clay's body tumbles down next to that pedestal, and as Glimki's body hits the ground, it shatters into purple dust.
No. Faunalyn runs over and, with one hand is frantically feeling for a pulse on Clay, rubbing Clay's chest as if to wake them, and with the other hand, she's gathering the fragments of crystal together as if to make a unified pile. I'm already crying! And she weeps and she cries into the handful of little crystals, thinking that Glimki has just been shattered into 1,000 pieces. And she cries. And again, Valare, Macrog, I don't really know how to pray. No one ever taught me how to do that, but my friends are hurt, and they need you, and you've helped them before, so please help them again. It's all my fault. It's all my fault that they're hurt, and I don't have anything to fix them. If it was me, they would have already fixed me, but I don't have anything. So if you just help them now, I'll do anything. I'll trade anything. So please just... They still have so much to do. I'm sure you know already, but Glimki has a family. He has 1,000 siblings. He has a sister. And he has these books for her. And he has to send her books. And Clay... I don't even know Clay's dad's name, so how am I going to tell him that Clay's not here? I won't know how to reach him. So any minute now. And she cries and she waits.
Your sobs echo off the walls of this cavern. Neither God nor spirit responds to your pleas. But you feel 2 sets of tiny hands take yours and squeeze.
I don't know what we're going to do, Goofter. I know I'm no god's favorite, but am I really so foul in your eyes that you would turn your back on them just to turn away from me? I know that you can fix them. I demand that you fix them now.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
I thought you were Goofter. You're so tiny right now. Oh God, is Goofter dead too?
No, I'm here too. I'm here too. I was under the wig when you said the incantation. That's why I wasn't pulled into the murder cube or whatever.
Yeah, that's about when it all went wrong. Marican, do you have anything for this? I just want my friends back.
Oh, honey, I am so sorry. This is tough.
Yeah.
If I was myself right now, if I wasn't whatever the heck this is, then I'd give you a wish. I could bring him back. But I can't right now. It's beyond me. And I don't know if it ever will be again.
So who can help them? I'll go there.
I mean, you need a wish right now, and barring that, the next best thing is a boon. If you find that princess,
Fuck.
a king can do anything. He'll have priests. He'll have access to the materials he need. You can order them to bring your friends back with a ceremony, although without a body, that might be hard. But at least the one could be brought back by a boon.
Okay. Thanks, Marican. I'm gonna try something else, though. Thanks. Appreciate it. Great. Good to know. That's gonna take fucking forever. Great. Okay.
Wait, is it?
Without my friends?
Well, I don't know. Between you and me, in some ways they were kind of holding you back. I mean, the whole opera house thing, you could have killed that guy totally without anybody seeing, but they were really loud. So...
Glimki had a good idea, okay? He was trying something.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back in the wig for now, but
It technically worked.
Okay. Yeah.
That's enough. Thank
Goofer,
you.
are you coming with me, or? No, I think I'll stay here for a little bit. Stay with my dear friend Faunalyn.
Could you please help me gather up all these crystal pieces?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
And Goofter starts to... Honestly, it doesn't take long. It's like a matter of seconds as Goofter just uses his Briganock powers. Time dilates, and before too long, a pile of crystal powder lies before you.
Faunalyn takes like her little pouch of makeup that she keeps in her bag, and she dumps it out, and she puts all of the Glimki crystals in there and ties it up really tight, and then it occurs to her then, as she moves to stand up for the first time since collapsing next to her friends, that last she heard, the people outside of this cave wanted to kill her. And she reviews her options, and she thinks about how there's that hole in the ceiling of the room, the antechamber, that their possible enemies don't know about, and then maybe she could sneak out, and maybe she could send Goofter for the rest of the Briganocks, and at the end of the day, she's still in a jungle with no idea which direction to walk, with a big-ass tiefling that she's going to be hauling around, so she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to get home from here, but she does know how to lie, so she's going to try doing that. And she hauls Clay onto her back and asks the rope to fasten Clay to her, and with all of her strength, she begins hobbling out of the cavern.
You muster all your strength and pull Clay out of this central chamber, up over the final lip, and down the hallway, back into the first chamber. You walk past the cube and the glowing circle of light.
Oh, she scoops up the cube.
Okay.
I bring it with me. I'm not using it.
As you do, you pull it off the ground, and you watch the skylight in the ceiling closes And with one last glance over your shoulder, you see that the doorway leading into the secondary chamber disappears. The room resets, the dirt and stone covers up the metal floor, even as your feet clang across it. You step out into the late afternoon air. The sky has clouded over, and in the distance you hear rumbles of thunder, though it has not yet begun to rain. More than a dozen furbolgs stand at attention, and as you exit the cave, weapons are drawn, arrows are nocked, and Oria, the captain of the Valley Guard, steps forward. Outsider, were you successful? We were visited by a spirit, or many spirits, but for a second, before it returned to whence it came. The crystal. Did you destroy it?
I'm afraid not. The situation is that if you do not let me speak to your priestess and you kill me as you've planned, a scourge by the progenitor not seen for millennia on this earth will be unleashed. So I know you were planning to kill me. It will be much worse for you and your people if you do. Please let me speak to your priestess.
Make an intimidation roll.
I'm like shaky. Okay, I need a big roll. I got a big roll. That's a 15 plus 6 is a 21. That's the legal drinking age in most places.
Where is your other companion?
What I am going to explain to you is profane to speak. It has been forbidden to speak for longer than your tribe has existed, for longer than your spirit has been alive. I will only speak the name that I am to say once to explain. All of your questions will be answered. Just let me explain to your priestess.
Very well.
Whew.
You 6, stay here. If the spirits or her remaining companion attempt to leave, stop them with your lives. The rest of you, we shall escort her back to the village. Chief Priestess Hoovel will wish to speak with her.
So happy that worked. So much lying still ahead of me.
You are guided through this ravine, back into the larger portion of the valley. The air is cold here despite the warmth of the jungle, the humidity in the air. But you traverse Merkvale, and after some time, you are brought back into the village and brought into the temple. You see that the chief priestess is burning incense in front of an altar, humming once again to herself. And Oria, captain of the Valley Guard, steps forward and says, "Chief Priestess, we have returned." She turns, not quite to look at you. You can never tell where she's looking. "Oria, twice in one day you've brought this outsider before me. It seems you are determined to ignore my instructions and that of Nenique. Tell me, why does the outsider live?"
Forgive your captain. She serves a higher calling, which is that of fundamental order. I bring tidings. To call them grim tidings would be to call a typhoon a fall of rain.
I would not call them grim. Nenique tells me the corruption is receding, the crystal destroyed. You did not what instructed, but something of greater value, perhaps.
Nenique is young. You have not heard of it. Your spirit has not heard of it. Because the name I am about to speak has been forbidden for longer than this world. It is older than your people. The elves were there. We were there in the first forest. We do not speak this name, but we remember it. I speak, of course, and Faunalyn, scrambles around in her brain for a made-up word that sounds impressive. I speak, of course, of the Roth Ilim, the progenitor's army of relentless, undying soldiers. They cannot be burned. I will anticipate your question. They cannot be killed. They cannot be buried. They cannot be banished. They consume and they destroy, and they add the living to their numbers. Unfortunately, while I do not know the fate of the one Nenique speaks of, this attendant has in fact been infected with the progenitor's scourge. In one moon cycle, she will rise, and she will drag you all to living hell with her. There is one way to stop that happening, of course, and it should be obvious. The enemy of unnatural death is unnatural life. So we must resurrect my friend, whole and healthy. Entirely whole and healthy. With teeth and everything. So I ask you now, for the sake of your people first, but then for the sake of everyone on this island, and then for the sake of everyone on Zav, how do I get them back?
I'm gonna need a DC 30 deception roll.
30?
It's doable, right? What's your deception?
30?
Like 18?
Oh, my deception is +9!
Ooh.
But with the fruit.
Bob with the
Oh,
fruit.
with the fruit! So I need a natural 20.
Yeah.
Was that not a cool lie? Was that not good? Did you not like that?
Yes, it's very complex.
If I walk into a club and I'm like, I'm a secret agent, just because it's a cool lie doesn't mean it's a believable lie.
Hey guys,
Hey,
you heard of
that-
James Bond? That's me.
Can I ask, how does the actor feat work? Does it give you a bonus?
Nah, just trying to pass yourself off as other people. I
No,
believe.
Oh,
it doesn't
come
help.
on.
I'm going to do something that I never do, which is read my character sheet. Thank
roll
you.
it
Can
on-
I
roll it
throw
on
Clay's
camera, I
body at my feet and ask for
Ouch.
advantage? Can Clay's lifeless puppet-like corpse give me advantage?
Can I cast guidance?
I'm gonna say no
The
to
angle I
both
was
of
going
those.
for
Oh,
is
what?
they're so superstitious. I'm leaning on the corruption angle. They wouldn't even touch the crystal. Can you see?
Oh, well, that sucks.
Natural 20.
And for all those
Oh,
audio listeners,
yeah.
she rolled the dice 7 times.
Natural 20. And all it took was 7 advantages. What did I get? An 18, I think? No, 16. So I got a 26. I wish you hadn't told me the DC was a 20, it was a 30.
26
Yeah.
is good.
I doubt that what you say is true. But if it were, it will be easy enough to create our own unnaturally living soldiers. We do not need you nor your friend to protect us.
Can bring people back.
Through the power of Nanik, many things are possible. But not for you. That being said, Nanik has informed me of what you have accomplished. And as such, you are no longer tarnished. Therefore, we shall permit you to leave with your life and with your friend.
I simply ask that you let me bless you with an elven prayer. This is such a kindness. And Faunalyn starts praying. Ot wogr nihiri naha mavie epocher yelanath fingoikwe im gebitnachrax. And she touches the cube under her shirt.
First off, the cube is big. It's like basketball sized. So you're
that
giving
a lot of stuff?
cubic pregnant belly.
She the cube under her arm then that was just clearly in sight. She angles it at the priestess.
She nods her head and says, "Thank you for the prayer." Would you mind? I do not speak Elven. What does it mean?
It means that when someone clears a scourge from your domain, maybe next time you shouldn't be such a bitch and you should bring their friend back. Nanik doesn't deign to. No, Nanik doesn't deign. She'll let you leave. Well, she let us do her fucking dirty work, didn't she? Didn't she? Oh, we're good enough for that, but not for your little cheap revivify? Man, fuck you. Fuck this tribe. You have all been shit from the beginning. I never liked you, and your motif isn't cool. You know what? You're a bunch of badass warrior women in a big-ass jungle, and you're dressed like that? And your whole thing is being kind of passive-aggressive and a little aggro? Get a fucking grip and grow up. And Faunalyn slowly starts crawling with her dead friend towards the exit. I don't even ask for one of you 8 feet tall women to help me carry my friend, because I know you won't. I know you'll just go, oh, it's impure, the crystals, the resonances aren't good enough. Fuck you all.
The chief priestess says, "Pelik, Buzz, help the outsider with her friend. And two of these guards, they step forward, and one says,
If you'd like, we could take her off your hands. Where would you like her brought? There's a nice ravine a few miles
Don't
from
say
here.
another word. If you
Okay.
say another word,
Understood.
get my bug now. Did you forget where you parked it?
No, I was just kind of hoping you'd forget about it.
and you step outside. Furbolgs are moving throughout the village. Many of them look over at you as you stand there with a mixture of curiosity and distrust. After a few minutes, the giant beetle is brought out, looking no worse for wear from its earlier encounter with the displacer beasts. What do you do?
I go to the doctor, and I know that's 3 days away.
Okay. You set off, drape clay over this beetle, and I assume climb up on it yourself and set off down the path that you initially took. You can sense furbolgs moving through the jungle around you, following you at a distance. Goofter is going to climb up onto your shoulder and say, What's the idea? What's the plan?
Get some embalming fluid, because I don't want clay to be stinky when I bring them back. And then I guess... Oh, I don't know where Glimki is, so I'm going to send a letter to our friends on Mengen and have them talk to Edigan. Nanik is... What's like a word that's worse than all the swear words that we know for a woman, but not quite as misogynistic? Anyway, Nanik just sucks, and she won't help. But Glimki is... I don't know. I'm going to write to someone on Mengen and ask if Edigan knows anything about why a body in a spirit realm might explode into 1 billion crystals. Obviously, there's some spirity stuff going on, and I'd ask Edigan myself, but he doesn't like me. So, and I'm going to go back to the boat. I'm going to take a rest, and then I'm going to rescue a princess.
Okay.
Yep. Don't know how I'm going to do it without them, but...
There's one thing. Couple things. You're not alone. You've got me and 999 others like me. Barring that, just remember the boat's not back at the resort.
Where did you put my boat, Goofter?
Well, you talked about it with Skipper Boof.
Goofter, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember a single thing that happened today before my friends exploded.
Okay, it's at the end of the island.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, it might be better just to, like, follow that stream, and then that'll lead back to that river we passed, and then, I don't know about the rest. I studied the map of the island before we came out here. I don't know if you and your friends did, but I think if we follow that big river we crossed, it should lead to the end of the island, and that's where the boat roughly should be waiting for us. But there's also not really a real doctor. There's Dr. Rex, but, I don't think he's a real doctor.
I meant an island doctor, Goofter.
Yeah,
I didn't mean the briganock with the stethoscope.
That's what I figured. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean. I'm very grateful to have you.
Well, you can be mean today. It is a fair day to be mean. Tomorrow, too. Day after that, we might have to talk about it, but you got at least today and tomorrow.
The traditional elven grieving period is 37 years. It's going to be a long 37 years. Okay. Do a real doctor for embalming formaldehyde.
Okay.
And then I'll follow a river and see where it takes me.
Okay. You follow the path you're on for several hours. You eventually reach the rope bridge and the river that you previously crossed. You keep an eye out for any displacer beasts lurking in the jungles, but none accost you. And the beetle brings you back onto the resort side of the island. Enough time passes that the sun explodes during your travels, throwing the jungle into darkness. You see the light of 1,000 tiki torches dotting the beaches and jungles of Silver Shores Resort. You don't know if you're wanted by the resort staff, either for the incident at the Opera House or the grand theft beetle you committed earlier today. But you probably know that it's best to keep a low profile, however you shake it.
How far is the doctor? Do I have any concept of where a doctor would be?
Do you think, I don't know, sure, we can say you snatched up the medical pamphlet, the one with the emergency first aid map, a couple hours away, probably, by Beetle.
Can I take Clay, affixed with the rope, so that it looks like Clay is the passenger and I am the driver?
Sure.
And when we're galloping past somebody, I'm going to snatch a big hat off of someone's head and put it on my own head, and then keep galloping.
You ride off down this trail through the resort for several hours and come to a stop outside a medical station. The lights are off, but you knock on the door, and after some time, a older-looking human woman opens the door, and she's got kind of short, curly brown hair that's mixed with gray and some big old glasses. And she says, Can I help you?
Hi. My friend was killed in the Amethyst Cove. We weren't supposed to be there, per resort policy. My friend is now dead. I am aware of means to resurrect them. All I need from you is maybe a little bit of magic, maybe a little bit of medicine, maybe straight up chemicals to keep my friend robust while I do the necessary steps to bring her life back. Is that something you can help me with?
Well, first off, I'm terribly sorry for your loss. That's terrible.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trained magically, but you would not be the first people to meet their end on Bogatir. A lot of retirees, a lot of people who think that they can do the flaming limbo. You get all sorts. A lot of people go surfing out beyond the reef, and sure, that's part of the vacation package. So ultimately, we're probably liable for that. But it's dangerous out there.
Definitely.
So I'm no stranger to preparing bodies for preservation so that they can be transported back to the mainland. I'm gonna need a few hours. You're welcome to come inside and wait while I do what I have to do.
Can I take a nap on that chair?
Sure.
Oh my god, I'm so grateful. I honestly expected you to be all like, oh my god, I have to call the guards. If somebody died, I don't know how to preserve a body.
I definitely have to call the guards, yeah. No, of course. We have to file an incident report, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to preserve your friend in the meantime.
You know what? Why don't I go get the guards? I totally agree with you. I think that's so sensible. And I was expecting the guards to come. I just thought that I just didn't think you'd be able to help and get the guards, the authorities involved. I thought it would be, call the guards and also we're going to cremate your friend, was the fear. So why don't I go get the guards and you get to work and I'll be back in, what does this take, 4 or 5 hours with all the guards?
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I'll be here and hurry back. I don't even think you'll get in trouble, really. They just need to know about these things, for insurance reasons.
100%. I totally get it. I know all about insurance. The elves invented insurance. That's why it takes so long to submit a claim.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, Doctor. I'll see you in a few hours. And then yes, okay, great. Okay, take really good care of my friend. They are very, very precious to me.
Of course.
Faunalyn walks 100 feet, goes around the corner, and falls asleep in a bush.
Okay.
You have to please keep watch. How long is a long rest in D&D? 4 hours?
For an elf, 4 hours, yeah.
Side trance for 4 hours. Yes. With Goofter, my boy, keeping watch. My sweet prince, my only living friend other than Fallow. And Fallow's one pneumonia away, you know what I'm saying?
Faunalyn, you close your eyes and you fall into a deep trance. You don't often sleep, but I'd say in this instance, you're fully out with Goofter standing watch. And you're not sure how long later it is, but you feel Goofter pushing up against your knee, just shaking you as much as someone as small as Goofter can. You open your eyes, you see it's still dark out. Hey, sorry to wake you, but we've got company.
Oh God, who is it?
You look up, and you see two furbolgs standing over you. Alan and Peyton, could you please describe your characters?
What?
Thank you so much for listening to Chapter 42, Part 1 of Bard Soup. I have been your long-winded Dungeon Master, Zach Meikle, joined as always by my friends Prima Zhao as Clay Campbell, Jordan Johnsen as Glimki Treefellow, and Shannon Meikle as Faunalyn Vaydark. Pretty heavy episode, but the night's always darkest before the dawn, and Part 2 goes incredibly hard. If you enjoyed this episode or this arc, I humbly ask that you leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Consider following us at bard_soup on Instagram and TikTok. And while you're at it, check out bardsoup.com for some really great character art. We will be back in 1 week with Chapter 42, Part 2. And as you may have gathered, we have some very special guests joining us. No spoilers, but they are fantastic. I'm really excited to share it with you. So we will see you in 1 week. In the meantime, stay frosty. It's hot out there. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.